Hello everybody, it's Sean Milburn with Milburn Motorsports once again today. Here, I'm showcasing Red Panther Motorsport. This is one of the groups that runs with us in the US Touring Car Championship. Joining me today is Reto Baumann. He is the driver of the number 53 Volkswagen GLI race car that races in Super Touring. Tell us a little about your car, Reto.
Oh, actually it's a car that was originally built by Audi Motorsports. And we acquired the car and did some changes to the car. We still have the wing from how the car was built before, and that is an original Audi R8 LMS rear wing, but we now have active aero on that. So when we brake, the wing tips to the front to help with braking power, and the other part is that when we go onto the straights, the wing actually goes flat. And you can see those strong tie rods. Those are the ones that actually make the wing move. The accentuators for the wing are inside the boot. But when we look at the car from the back, you see something relatively unusual for a Jetta. It's a big diffuser, and that diffuser actually has a few special parts to it as well. The exhaust is rerouted through the inside of the car, through the boot, and we have cut the spare wheel well off, and now the exhaust is actually coming from the top down into the diffuser, and with the fast flowing airflow through the diffuser, that also helps us sucking out the gases from the exhaust, which allows us not to have as much back pressure into the engine. So that is one thing. Along the side of the car, we actually have purpose-built side skirts. Those side skirts go relatively far underneath the car to help with the airflow all the way from the front to the back and to the diffuser. The cleaner the airflow that we can have to the diffuser, the better it is, and the more downforce we can create and clean airflow. That means the car can go faster as well. So in the front of the car, we have really big Sparta brakes, and those brakes, thank you Sparta Evolution for everything you do in that regard, because that has made that car so much faster with that stopping power that you guys provide. But we had a lot of heat in there, and what we did is these fenders by Clinched provides us those fenders, and what we did is we cut part of that fender out and put that aluminum mesh in there, and we also bent part of the front, and we bent it inside. So what we now have is, if the car would be if this is the body of the car, the inside is now bent like this, so the air can now flow out like that. Yeah?
That's a very cool design.
And then the other part that we also did is we added winglets and a big front splitter. And what we did is that this whole part from the connection point here all the way around to the other connection point is actually coming off as one single part. Yeah, which helps make things easy in terms of maintenance and getting to the right parts.
So Rito's actually gonna let me get in the car and check everything out. There's a ton of widgets in here. He's gonna go ahead and walk us through them, so I'll be in a second. Oh yeah, oh that seat feels good. All right, walk us through this.
All right, so first of all, you have the main ignition here. You can turn it on. And the cool thing, what we did on the big AIM dashboard with our logo, you obviously have a pretty comfortable steering or seat position.
Yeah, no, this feels great. A little close for me, but yeah, I am a taller person, so.
Exactly. So what you can see is the few things that we did new. You have the flappy pedals here for downshifting on the left, upshifting on the right. You have the high beam, basically.
Yeah, the best button.
The best button.
The let me buy button.
Let me buy button, exactly. Radio, talk, and then we have the big AIM MXG dashboard in there. You would see the gears running here. You would see the rev counter. You see the oil and water pressure, etc. And we have a few alarms that we have set that would go off if we have low air pressure, or oil pressure, or we lose water pressure, etc. On the right of you, you actually have a dashboard that we have purpose built. On the top, on the left, you see the Accu Sump button, and then to the right of it, the windshield wiper, the defrost, and the cool suit button. Cool suit is something really cool to actually help you cool as a driver while you're in the car and racing. And you have the on and off start button right below that. And if Sean is actually gonna press that one, press the button, keep the big finger on.
Oh, there we go.
You can rev it a bit if you want.
This is awesome. All right, we are in neutral, right? I don't want to go anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. You want to get go! Yeah, so this is the actual screen that you can adjust the active aero with.
I could adjust it, but the software is relatively set. So we're still working on a lot of things to get that right.
Yeah. See, a car like this with all this technology, I can see why it would be so hard to get everything to work completely flawlessly right off the bat. But it's already come so far. I mean, check this part. Can I take the wheel off while it's riding without work? So if I pull this off, you can see that like the paddles are connected to this. In the middle of this wheel is actually where it connects in that column there. So once this goes on, it only goes on in one position, right there. That's on, and then these paddles will actually work. There's no cables involved. It's a really awesome system.
And you just saw that we're not finished with it because you have a little piece behind here that is still. I can take it off for you to see. This piece here is actually what gives the control input of the up and down shift. And we have somewhere an issue with it. That's why this is open, and it is still something that we are figuring out and working on right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be sorted out like probably by next race. You guys are super quick with working on your vehicles. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of this thing. But look, this is just such an awesome feeling being in a car like this. It's really awesome. I'm gonna turn it off. Push this once, I guess. Yeah, car turns off. All right. Ignition off, there we go, everything turns back off, and it can go ahead and take a rest again.
Alright, let's see how you get out.
Let's see how I get out? Okay, here. Okay. Rito's gonna see how I get out of this thing, because it's a little tight, but I'm young, so I can do it. Here we go, ready? Leg out, and then you heave with the wheel, and then you're out. Alright, that's not too bad. But that is a super tight space. I mean, you got that cage right over here. This looks like a really good cage too. Getting hit on the door is no joke.
The cage is actually built to Pirelli World Challenge specifications, so
nice. Okay.
That's where the car was driven first.
Very nice.
As for the engine, we run a Garrett turbo. We were allowed to move away from the KO4 turbo. So we're pushing around 350 horsepower right now. And it's still with a stock 4-cylinder 2-liter GLI. Newly this year we have just installed a DSG, which is a direct sequential gearbox. It is the standard stock gearbox that you have in this series of the VW Jetta with a flappy pedal shift. And it's something that we are still working on properly sorting out. We still have some issues with it, but it definitely helps with the car and the car performance. And in this series we are running the Hankook tires, slick tires. So also a big thank you to Hankook Motorsports.
Alright, so this has been an overview of Reto Baumann's car. It's really an awesome machine. It's much more advanced than my RSX, but maybe we'll be there someday. We'll see. Anyways, Reto, if you want to go ahead and give yourself a little shout out on Red Panther, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find us on social media, LinkedIn, you can find us on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a website, redpanthermotorsport.com. Follow us on everything. If you're trackside, if you look up on our website where we are at what time, the paddock is open. Come and see us, say hello, have a look at the car. We would be happy to see you, and we always have a coffee or something to eat for you ready. So give us a like. Give my team from the 24 Hours of Dubai that I raced with, give them a like as well. And hope to see you guys all trackside someday soon.
Yep, so it's been Reto Baumann and Sean Milburn. This has been Milburn Motorsports. Hope you have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video.